hasn't moved in years. The wooden frame is worn and faded, like a diary of quiet seasons. Morning light arrives each April, touching every corner of the room. The dust dances in golden circles beneath a sky of gentle blue. The world outside keeps changing, trees grow taller than before, but some memories stay exactly where we left them. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, like a small piece of summer sheltered from the rain. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, living softly in the photograph where time could not explain. And every spring the window opens to the same familiar view. The years keep moving forward, but this picture still leads back to you. The cherry tree beyond the garden has bloomed and shed its flowers many times. The river keeps carrying April toward another distant shoreline. A sparrow lands upon the windowsill, then disappears into the breeze, leaving only light and silence and the scent of budding trees. The world outside keeps changing, clouds drift slowly overhead, but some stories never truly leave the places where they're read. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, like a small piece of summer sheltered from the rain. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, living softly in the photograph where time could not explain. And every spring the window opens to the same familiar view. The years keep moving forward, but this picture still leads back to you. I don't come here to be lonely, I don't come here to hold the past. I come here because some memories still know how to make the heart feel warm. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, like a melody still floating through an old window frame. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, not as sorrow, not as regret, but as something beautiful that stayed. And as the evening light grows softer and the shadows stretch across the floor, the photograph beside the window feels like home once more. The light grows dim, the room grows still, and your smile remains. The photograph beside the window hasn't moved in years. The wooden frame is worn and faded, like a diary of quiet seasons. Morning light arrives each April, touching every corner of the room. The Dust dances in golden circles beneath a sky of gentle blue. The world outside keeps changing, trees grow taller than before, but some memories stay exactly where we left them. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, like a small piece of summer sheltered from the rain. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, living softly in the photograph where time could not explain. And every spring the window opens to the same familiar view. The years keep moving forward, but this picture still leads back to you. The cherry tree beyond the garden has bloomed and shed its flowers many times. The river keeps carrying April toward another distant shoreline. A sparrow lands upon the windowsill, then disappears into the breeze, leaving only light and silence and the scent of budding trees. The world outside keeps changing, clouds drift slowly overhead, but some stories never truly leave the places where they're at. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, like a small piece of summer sheltered from the rain. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, living softly in the photograph where time could not explain. And every spring the window opens to the same familiar view. The years keep moving forward, but this picture still leads back to you. I don't come here to be lonely, I don't come here to hold the past. I come here because some memories still know how to make the heart feel warm. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, like a melody still floating through an old window frame. The sunlight faded, but your smile remained, not as sorrow, not as regret, but as something beautiful that stayed. And as the evening light grows softer and the shadows stretch across the floor, the photograph beside the window feels like home once more. The light grows dim, the room grows still, and your smile remains. The blue mailbox beside the road wears a coat of weathered paint. Spring has brushed the meadow green, but left its corners old and faint. A breeze moves through the wildflowers, scattering petals down the lane. The hinges sing a quiet song each time the wind returns again. The swallows circle overhead, drawing patterns in the sky. And somewhere far beyond the hills, a memory drifts by. Some letters never arrive, yet we keep waiting for them, like clouds that wander through April, or leaves that follow the wind. Some letters never arrive, yet hope still knocks the door, and every morning the blue mailbox stands waiting a little more. The path is lined with dandelions, bright as tiny drops of gold. The river carries melted winter toward stories still untold. I pass the mailbox every evening as the shadows stretch and grow. The sunset paints it amber with a quiet, gentle glow. The swallows circle overhead, drawing patterns in the sky. And somewhere far beyond the hills, a memory drifts by. Some letters never arrive, yet we keep waiting for them, like clouds that wander through April, or leaves that follow the wind. Some letters never arrive, yet hope still knocks at the door. And every morning the blue mailbox stands waiting a little more. Maybe waiting isn't sadness, maybe it's another form of faith. The belief that something beautiful may still find its way. Some letters never arrive, yet we keep waiting for them. Not because we're lost in yesterday, but because the heart remembers when. Some letters never arrive, yet spring returns each year, and the blue mailbox keeps its promise to remain standing here. The road grows quiet, the evening settles low, and the blue mailbox glows beneath the fading gold. The blue mailbox beside the road wears a coat of weathered paint. Spring has brushed the meadow green, but left its corners old and faint. A breeze moves through the wildflowers, scattering petals down the lane. The hinges sing a quiet song each time the wind returns again. The swallows circle overhead, drawing patterns in the sky. And somewhere far beyond the hills, a memory drifts by. Some letters never arrive, yet we keep waiting for them, like clouds that wander through April, or leaves that follow the wind. Some letters never arrive, yet hope still knocks at the door. And every morning the blue mailbox stands waiting a little more. The path is lined with dandelions, bright as tiny drops of gold. The river carries melted winter towards stories still untold. I pass the mailbox every evening as the shadows stretch and grow. The sunset paints it amber with a quiet, gentle glow. The swallows circle overhead, drawing patterns in the sky. And somewhere far beyond the hills, a memory drifts by. Some letters never arrive, yet we keep waiting for them, like clouds that wander through April, or leaves because we're lost in yesterday, but because the heart remembers when some letters never arrive, yet spring returns each year, and the blue mailbox keeps its promise to remain standing here. The road grows quiet, the evening settles low, and the blue mailbox glows beneath the fading gold. Rain gathers on the cafe glass like silver handwriting from the sky. The afternoon is fading slowly into shades of amber light. A record turns behind the counter, soft enough to blend with dreams. The city moves beyond the window like a distant moving stream. A cup of coffee sends its warmth into my waiting hands, and for a little while the world feels small again. The rain remembers what the city forgets. Every footstep, every promise, every silhouette. The rain remembers what the city forgets, tracing quiet stories across the glass that haven't left us yet. Outside, umbrellas drift like petals floating through the evening crowd. Streetlights bloom upon the pavement, golden against the clouds. A train hums somewhere in the distance, then disappears beyond the gray, leaving only rain and music to carry the day away. The window fills with rivers of light and memory as twilight settles softly across the empty seat. The rain remembers what the city forgets. Every footstep, every promise, every silhouette. The rain remembers what the city forgets, tracing quiet stories across the glass that haven't left us yet. Maybe that is why we love the rain, not because it makes us sad, but because it slows the world enough for forgotten things to return. The rain remembers what the city forgets, the laughter and the longing, the moments that we kept. The rain remembers what the city forgets, and in the glow of the cafe window I remember too, not with sorrow, not with regret, but with gratitude. The coffee grows cold, the record keeps turning, and the rain writes one more line upon the glass. is fading slowly into shades of amber light. A record turns behind the counter, soft enough to blend with dreams. The city moves beyond the window like a distant moving stream. A cup of coffee sends its warmth into my waiting hands, and for a little while the world feels small again. The rain remembers what the city forgets. Every footstep, every promise, every silhouette. The rain remembers what the city forgets. Tracing quiet stories across the glass that haven't left us yet. Outside, umbrellas drift like petals floating through the evening crowd. Streetlights bloom upon the pavement, golden against the clouds. A train hums somewhere in the distance, then disappears beyond the gray, leaving only rain and music to carry the day away. The window fills with rivers of light and memory as twilight settles softly across the empty sea. The rain remembers what the city forgets. Every footstep, every promise, every silhouette. The rain remembers what the city forgets. Tracing quiet stories across the glass that haven't left us yet. Maybe that is why we love the rain, not because it makes us sad, but because it slows the world enough for forgotten things to return. The rain remembers what the city forgets. The laughter and the longing, the moments that we kept. The rain remembers what the city forgets. And in the glow of the cafe window I remember too. Not with sorrow, not with regret, but with gratitude. The coffee grows cold, the record keeps turning, and the rain writes one more line upon the glass. The chair across from me is waiting beneath the window by the rain. The table wears the evening softly in circles left by coffee stains. Outside, the city drifts through twilight. Streetlights bloom in shades of gold. Inside, the room is warm and quiet, like a story never told. The record turns, the rain falls slow, and something in the silence feels familiar. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down like a shadow made of sunlight, returning without a sound. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down, and suddenly this quiet cafe was the most crowded place place in town. The train moves somewhere through the darkness. Its distant hum fades with the night. A candle flickers near the counter, painting amber on the light. I watch the rain run down the window like rivers searching for the sea. And every passing reflection brings another piece of you to me. The record turns, the rain falls slow, and something in the silence refuses to let go. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down like a shadow made of sunlight, returning without a sound. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down. And suddenly this quiet cafe was the most crowded place in town. Not every presence needs a voice, not every goodbye truly leaves. Some people remain in the places they once loved, like music lingering after the song. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down. Not to make me sad, not to pull me back, but to remind me what was found. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down. And in the glow of the rainy window, I smiled instead of looking down. The rain grows softer, the record grows faint, and the chair remains. The chair across from me is waiting beneath the window by the rain. The table wears the evening softly in circles left by coffee stains. Outside, the city drifts through twilight. Street lights bloom in shades of gold. Inside, the room is warm and quiet, like a story never told. The record turns, the rain falls slow, and something in the silence feels familiar. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down, like a shadow made of sunlight, returning without a sound. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down. And suddenly this quiet cafe was the most crowded place in town. A train moves somewhere through the darkness. Its distant hum fades with the night. A candle flickers near the counter, painting amber on the light. I watch the rain run down the window like rivers searching for the sea. And every passing reflection brings lose another piece of you to me. The record turns, the rain falls slow, and something in the silence refuses to let go. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down like a shadow made of sunlight, returning without a sound. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down, and suddenly this quiet cafe was the most crowded place in town. Not every presence needs a voice, not every goodbye truly leaves. Some people remain in the places they once loved, like music lingering after the song. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down. Not to make me sad, not to pull me back, but to remind me what was found. The chair stayed empty, but the memory sat down. And in the glow of the rainy window, I smiled instead of looking down. The rain grows softer, the record grows faint, and the chair remains. I found an old book on the highest shelf, covered in dust and afternoon light. Its pages carry the scent of cedar and 100 quiet nights. A ribbon slept between the chapters, faded red from years gone by, like a little road through time, waiting patiently inside. The window stood open to a late spring breeze, and somewhere in the garden petals drifted from the trees. Some pages closed, but the ribbon remembers where the story paused and where the heart wandered. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers the sunlight, the seasons, and every forgotten word. Outside, the clouds move slowly westward across a sky of pale blue glass. The shadows of the apple blossoms danced across the reading desk. I turned the pages one by one, watching years unfold again. Not to return to yesterday, but to understand it in the end. The wind moves softly through the curtain lace, carrying fragments of another place. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers where the story paused and where the heart wandered. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers the sunlight, the seasons, and every forgotten word. Not every unfinished chapter needs another ending. Sometimes the beauty stays inside the space between the lines. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers the laughter, the silence, and the years between. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers not to keep us looking backward, but to show us where we've been. And as the evening settled gently upon the book and wooden floor, I placed the ribbon back between the pages and smiled a little more. The book grows quiet, the light grows thin, and the ribbon keeps its place. Found an old book on the highest shelf, covered in dust and afternoon light. Its pages carried the scent of cedar and 100 quiet nights. A ribbon slept between the chapters, faded red from years gone by, like a little road through time, waiting patiently inside. The window stood open to a late spring breeze, and somewhere in the garden petals drifted from the tree. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers where the story paused and where the heart wandered. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers the sunlight, the seasons, and every forgotten word. Outside, the clouds move slowly westward across a sky of pale blue glass. The shadows of the apple blossoms danced across the reading desk. I turned the pages one by one, watching years unfold again, not to return to yesterday, but to understand it in the end. The wind moves softly through the curtain lace, carrying fragments of another place. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers where the story paused and where the heart wandered. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers the sunlight, the seasons, and every forgotten word. Not every unfinished chapter needs another ending. Sometimes the beauty stays inside the space between the lines. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers the laughter, the silence, and the years between. Some pages close, but the ribbon remembers not to keep us looking backward, but to show us where we've been. And as the evening settled gently upon the book and wooden floor, I placed the ribbon back between the pages and smiled a little more. The book grows quiet, the light grows thin, and the ribbon keeps its place. last train beyond the river moves beneath a fading sky. Its windows glow like lanterns as evening gathers in the pines. The water carries silver fragments of the sunset drifting west, while swallows draw their final circles above the place they used to nest. The station bell has fallen silent. The platform stands alone, yet something in the twilight calls me onward. Some journeys begin when the station disappears from sight. Some journeys begin in the quiet after goodbye. The last train beyond the river knows the way the daylight goes, following the rails through fields of gold toward places no one knows. The reeds are bending near the shoreline to the rhythm of the evening breeze. The first stars bloom above the valley like flowers in the darkening leaves. I watch the train become a shadow, then a ribbon of distant light, crossing slowly through the landscape between memory and night. The station bell has fallen silent. The platform stands alone, yet something in the twilight calls me onward. Some journeys begin when the station disappears from sight. Some journeys begin in the quiet after goodbye. The last train beyond the river knows the way the daylight goes, following the rails through fields of gold toward places no one knows. The river never keeps the sunset. The wind never keeps the spring. Every beautiful thing keeps moving and somehow remains beautiful. Some journeys begin when the station disappears from sight, not because we forget, but because we learn to carry the light. The last train beyond the river fades into the evening blue, and every mile beyond the horizon feels a little less far from you. The stars grow brighter, the river grows still, and the train moves on. The last train beyond the river moves beneath the fading sky. Its windows glow like lanterns as evening gathers in the pines. The water carries silver fragments of the sunset drifting west, while swallows draw their final circles above the place they used to nest. The station bell has fallen silent, the platform stands alone, yet something in the twilight calls me onward. Some journeys begin when the station disappears from sight. Some journeys begin in the quiet after goodbye. The last train beyond the river knows the way the daylight goes, following the rails through fields of gold toward places no one knows. The reeds are bending near the shoreline to the rhythm of the evening breeze. The first stars bloom above the valley like flowers in the darkening leaves. I watch the train become a shadow, then a ribbon of distant light, crossing slowly through the landscape between memory and night. The station bell has fallen silent, the platform stands alone, yet something in the twilight calls me onward. Some journeys begin when the station disappears from sight. Some journeys begin in the quiet after goodbye. The last train beyond the river knows the way the daylight goes, following the rails through fields of gold toward places no one knows. The river never keeps the sunset, the wind never keeps the spring. Every beautiful thing keeps moving and somehow remains beautiful. Some journeys begin when the station disappears from sight, not because we forget, but because we learn to carry the light. The last train beyond the river fades into the evening blue, and every mile beyond the horizon feels a little less far from you. The stars grow brighter, the river grows still, and the train moves on. The garden path beneath the moonlight winds between the sleeping trees. Silver settles on the stones like quiet words upon a breeze. The roses have already closed their petals for the evening air. Only the scent remains behind, floating softly everywhere. The world feels smaller did before, as if the night has gathered everything into its arms. The moon found the path long before I did, shining on the stones where the wild grass lived. The moon found the path long before I knew. Some roads don't need searching, they simply wait for you. Beyond the garden, near the gate, beside the stream, the water carries fragments of a half-remembered dream. The willow tree beside the bridge moves gently with the midnight wind, like an old friend nodding quietly to everything that has been. The world feels softer than it did before, as if the night remembers what the daylight often ignores. The moon found the path long before I did, shining on the stones where the wild grass lived. The moon found the path long before I knew. Some roads don't need searching, they simply wait for you. All this time I thought I was lost, looking for signs, looking for answers. But maybe the path was always there, waiting patiently beneath the moon. The moon found the path long before I did, through every season, through every leaf. The moon found the path long before I knew, and standing here beneath the willow, everything feels beautifully true. The stream keeps flowing, the moon keeps shining, and the path keeps leading home. The garden path beneath the moonlight winds between the sleeping trees. Silver settles on the stones like quiet words upon a breeze. The roses have already closed their petals for the evening air. Only the scent remains behind, floating softly everywhere. The world feels smaller than it did before, as if the night has gathered everything into its arms. The moon found the path long before I did, shining on the stones where the wild grass lived. The moon found the path long before I knew. Some roads don't need searching, they simply wait for you. A lantern glows beyond the garden, near the gate beside the stream. The water carries fragments of a half-remembered dream. The willow tree beside the bridge moves gently with the midnight wind, like an old friend nodding quietly to everything that has been. The world feels softer than it did before, as if the night remembers what the daylight often ignores. The moon found the path long before I did, shining on the stones where the wild grass lived. The moon found the path long before I knew. Some roads don't need searching, they simply wait for you. All this time I thought I was lost, looking for signs, looking for answers. But maybe the path was always there, waiting patiently beneath the moon. The moon found the path long before I did, through every season, through every leaf. The moon found the path long before I knew, and standing here beneath the willow, everything feels beautifully true. The stream keeps flowing, the moon keeps shining, and the path keeps leading home. The lamp that stayed on by the window still glows against the evening blue. Beyond the garden, beyond the willow, the night unfolds its quiet view. The path is silver with moonlight, the stream reflects a distant star. The world feels softer than it did, no matter how far away we are. The wind moves through the maple branches like a familiar song, and suddenly the night feels like somewhere I belong. Some lights stay on, so we can always find our way back. Through the rain, through the years, through every winding track. Some lights stay on long after the daylight fades, like a hand upon the shoulder, or a promise that remains. The teacup waits upon the table beside a book left half unread. A photograph leans near the curtain, wrapped in amber light instead. Outside the stars are slowly gathering above the sleeping countryside. Inside the room is warm and patient, like it has nothing left to hide. The wind moves through the maple branches like a familiar song, and suddenly the night feels like somewhere I belong. Some lights stay on, so we can always find our way back. Through the rain, through the years, through every winding track. Some lights stay on long after the daylight fades, like a hand upon small glow waiting faithfully at the edge of every journey. Some lights stay on, so we can always find our way back. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to the best parts of ourselves. Some lights stay on, even when nobody sees. And somewhere beyond the window, one of those lights is shining for me. The lamp still glows, the night grows deep, and the heart comes home. The lamp that stayed on by the window still glows against the evening blue. Beyond the garden, beyond the willow, the night unfolds its quiet view. The path is silver with moonlight, the stream reflects a distant star. The world feels softer than it did, no matter how far away we are. The wind moves through the maple branches like a familiar song, and suddenly the night feels like somewhere I belong. Some lights stay on, so we can always find our way back. Through the rain, through the years, through every winding track. Some lights stay on long after the daylight fades, like a hand upon the shoulder, or a promise that remains. The teacup waits upon the table beside a book left half unread. A photograph leans near the curtain, wrapped in amber light instead. Outside, the stars are slowly gathering above the sleeping countryside. Inside, the room is warm and patient, like it has nothing left to hide. The wind moves through the maple branches like a familiar song, and suddenly the night feels like somewhere I belong. Some lights stay on, so we can always find our way back. Through the rain, through the years, through every winding track. Some lights stay on long after the daylight fades, like a hand upon the shoulder, or a promise that remains. Maybe home is not a place, maybe it's a light in the distance, a small glow waiting faithfully at the edge of every journey. Some lights stay on, so we can always find our way back. Not to yesterday, not to the past, but to the best parts of ourselves. Some lights stay on, even when nobody sees. And somewhere beyond the window, one of those lights is shining for me. The lamp still glows, the night grows deep, and the heart comes home.